What's up, everybody? What's up, guys? Gonna do some fishing. Gonna have to push myself off the bank here. Haven't thrown a drop shot in a long time, so that's what we're gonna start off with. This thing has been sitting in my boat for a really long time. Bruiser baits, drop shot worm. It's like a purple plum color. These fish have been finicky lately, so see how today goes. That or not. I also got a crankbait, topwater frog, and a crappie jig tied on. I've been putting quite a bit of crappie in here lately, so maybe we can catch some crappie if we can stay away from all the bluegill. I also got a crankbait. I'm watching myself and just to make sure the stream's going good. Need to turn it down. You guys can probably hear it. It's been pretty windy all day, but it's actually pretty calm right now. Usually get some swirling winds down here in the quarry. Chiefs lost. I blame Chris Jones. Talking smack, got a flag. But the Jayhawks won and K-State won too, so that's pretty damn good, especially for KU. Haven't had any bites so far. Hey, that sun is bright. Been inside all day, I'm not used to it. The water's starting to clear up. All summer it's pretty muddy, but fall and winter it really clears up. Get some good visibility. My neighbor has a Camaro across the highway. I heard him fire it up when I first started, but it sounded like he just, oh, there's a bite. No, he dropped it. It sounded like he just fired it up for the heck of it and didn't go anywhere. I was hoping he would drive it and fly by so I could watch him. Oh, he just fired it up again. Maybe he'll do something with it this time. Damn, that guy doesn't know how to shift. Oh no. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. I don't think that's coming out. Dang. I don't know what happened, but that's not coming out. We may be switching to the crankbait early today. Yikes. You can always retie. I just wanted to catch one on the drop shot though. I caught like a 5-6 pounder the other day. I was fishing in the reservoir in Garnett. custom painted that purple behind a bunch of orange. It's like a 5-6 pounder. I didn't have my scale, unfortunately. I actually just bought a new one. That fish is in here. He was over 18 inches, so I brought him home. Like I said, I've been stocking a lot of crappie and some bass. Probably need to pull some small bass out of here. Fish are either not on this side of the lake or they are not eating tonight. One top water. My wife hates it, but I love putting these little like gemstone eyes on there. I think it just gives it some cool little flash. That was cool. A fish tapped this right as it hit the water, but missed it. It might have been a bluegill. Birds are going crazy. Ooh. Dang. Smacking it against the rocks. I should get closer to the bank and throw parallel. On my phone, the feed is glitching out a little bit. Hopefully it's not for you guys. I don't know why it would. There's one. Don't spit it. I was thinking to myself, I don't have the pliers. Yeah, they're over there on the dock. So I'm not too upset that that fish spit the hook right at the boat too. See if there's more over there. That fish was maybe a 1 pounder, not very big. Pretty average for in here. I'm sure you can see my pool noodle floated off. Oh, I got bit right there. Didn't get hooked up though. Got bit right there too. Unless that's might be a stump right there, but I kind of doubt I hit it twice. Yeah, I didn't feel it that time. There's a tree above me. Huh. Maybe there's only one on that little hump. Down the bottom. Didn't get another one. I'll get the pool noodle later. Eventually. These cottonwoods are really starting to drop their leaves. It's so annoying because they make the lake all gross and then they just end up all over the porch. But they seem to drop their leaves before any other trees do. Oh, there was a bite. Turn you guys around. All right, we're gonna turn around. There's a big rock pile that comes up out here. Sometimes it's hard to find, but it goes from like 10, I mean, the lake is low right now. There it is. It goes anywhere from 10 to 15 feet up on each side, all the way right now, like up down to 2 feet. Comes all the way up that high. And sometimes there's some bass hanging off on it. Oh, I'm almost on top of it right now, I can see. See some rocks below me. Yeah, I'm sitting right on top of it. I always question myself on the speed of a crankbait. You know, how fast should I be rolling it? This is a 7.3 to 1 reel. Top speed on this thing is about 6 miles an hour. On a full charge, of course. There's a bite. Oh, what the heck? Seriously? This is gonna be a challenge. Or not. You made it easy. Maybe. It's damn near as big as him. He eats like I do. Hopefully that's a bass. It is. All right, not too bad. I reeled him up too high. Count that as a catch. So if he spits it, I'm not upset. But again, I don't have my pliers. This isn't gonna be fun. Oh, we got lucky. Dang, he is skinny. He needs to eat some food. First bass of the night on my custom painted crankbait. See if there's more over there. I don't bang this thing against the rocks. I didn't do the regular KBS clear coat I did on this. Or I normally do the KBS clear coat. I didn't do it on this lure. I was in a hurry and just did a spray can clear coat on it. And it definitely doesn't hold up as good as the KBS. There's a big spot on it. Yeah, see right there, there's a lot of the purple underneath coming through. Oh dang, I think I might have just done this when I hit it against the rocks. Chipped that crankbait. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yikes. Oh well, it's just a cheap clear blank from online. I don't know if it makes sense to do this, but if I get another bite, I'm gonna try to set the hook quick. That way they're not hopefully inhaling it. I know you're not supposed to do that with a crankbait, but again, I don't have my pliers, so I'm not trying to get hooked or spend 5 minutes trying to get a hook out of one fish. I don't know if that was a bite or a log. Gotta be a fish there. right between two trees and didn't get bit. I think that tree in the water is new. There's a big branch that's broke. You can tell it broke off recently, and some of it made it into the water, so that's cool. Got a little bit more cover. I need to go get closer to the bank. Throw it parallel with the bank again. Try by this tree real quick. I think this crankbait dives like, I think it was labeled 8 to 10. I normally see it closer to 5 to 8 maybe, depending on the line. Yeah, I think it's rocking out at about 6 right there. Surprised I didn't get bit on that cast. I thought that was a fish. It is definitely not. I don't see that tree moving, so I don't think it's a part of that. I don't remember there. Oh, it broke free. I don't remember there being a log there. That's what it felt like. A big old log. Thought we had a big one on. There is a lot of big boulders on this side of the lake. In the winter you come out here, you can see them. One of the biggest bass I've caught out of here was actually right there behind me. I had passed over it, didn't catch nothing, threw a worm back over, or no, I think it was a crazy crawl back over on top of it. Caught like a 4-pounder. It's pretty cool. There's one. Oh, he got off, spit it out. About the same size as the last one. Kind of set the hook weird. Make sure we still have our back hook, yeah. There's one. Little guy. Trying to keep him down. Oh, he's barely hooked. Oh no, I think he's hooked pretty good. No, he was not. Honestly, I'm okay with, unless it's a giant, I'm okay with him spitting that, because I don't, again, not having my pliers, I don't want to mess with that. Ooh, this one is bent out. That one hook was bent out a little bit. They're eating this thing pretty good now. When I lived in Florida, honestly, probably could have thrown it a lot more, but you rarely throw a crankbait. That's gonna be hard to get. You rarely throw a crankbait, at least the way I was fishing. I didn't ever pick one up. But now that I've moved back to Kansas, the crankbait bite is one of my favorites. Just the way you're, constantly feeling your line. Oh, I hope that doesn't turn into a knot. It's not. Okay. You're just feeling for that hard thump. Sometimes they try to take the rod out of your hand. Feel some big rocks down there. I'm probably sitting in about 10, 11, 12 feet of water maybe. I think we're gonna switch it up real quick and go. I'm sure we're gonna catch some bluegill, probably gonna catch a bass, but I want to try to catch one of those crappie that I've put in here. I've put maybe 30 or so in here now, and I really don't think there was any in here to begin with. However, oh, we're already snagged. The ones I did put in here, like the very first batch of crappie I put in here, they were 10 inches. They barely made the cut, and my brother Bo caught one maybe, I don't know, 5-6 months later, and it was a nice crappie. So I know they're doing well in here. They're eating, gaining weight. I just hope, 30 is, they claimed it was a 3-acre lake. It's more or less 2.5, I think, but 30, I've put, like I said, maybe 30 crappie in here. I'm sure they've found each other and school up. At least a little bit. I actually caught a nice crappie. It's like this, I think it was this spring on a little red crankbait that I had made. There's something small. Baby bass, it looks like. Yep. Dang, that's in there. Dink. Love the crappie jig. Got some water on my phone. I think this is like 4 or 6 pound test. That's why I was so scared earlier when I was snagged. And I didn't bring any extra. Unprepared. Obviously it's risky, but I did sink some cedar trees right out here. If I can find those, I didn't bring my little Garmin graph with me. If I can find some of those, surely there's some fish on it. probably can do away with these now. Oh no, I think I found one. Oh, there we go. I don't know if that was a bite or not. I've been playing around with live scope on my bass boat, and it's catching crappie on it's so fun. I haven't necessarily targeted bass. That's that tree. I'm right in it. I haven't really targeted bass with them yet, with the live scope yet. Obviously, that's, you know, my end goal, wanting to get back into tournaments and being successful with the live scope. But crappie, man, is a blast with the live scope. I thought it would be harder. It's so easy. I mean, if you know where the brush piles are or know where to look and you find a brush pile, in my experience, there's been crappie on almost every single brush pile that I've found. And, you know, you just cast it out there and watch them go crazy. It's cool to see them follow it, and it gives you a different perspective. At least for me it did. It gave me a different perspective on what the fish are doing. And like, even like what I'm doing now when I'm just tapping my lure, on the screen you can see it moves. You're moving it, at least again to me, I'm moving that lure so much more than what I thought I was. So it's definitely going to help. Hopefully next year, or by next year, we can figure out how to target some bass with it and get really good. There's something swimming right at me. Looks like another bass, yeah. He spit it. Just a tiny bit bigger than the last one I had. I don't know if it's because the water's finally starting to cool off or what, but the bluegill, I know we caught one earlier on the crankbait, but the bluegill activity has really gone down. I originally thought there was too many in here, but I know the bass feed off of it, or feed off the bluegill, so I don't know if you can have too many or not. Like I said, probably need to get rid of some of the little bass that are in here. Pull out a lot of the, you know, cookie cutter 1-pounders. There's a brush pile right here. I can see the top of the tree. Another thing on the live scope that was crazy to me is you can see, obviously you can see the fish follow your lure, but how far those crappie will come up. And then if you know, I was just, like the other day, I was just holding my jig like 3 feet under the boat, and you know, you can tell the crappie are just sitting there looking at it, staring at it, trying to figure out if they want to eat it or not. Oh, that was crazy. That bass came out of nowhere. I was about to pull it out of the water, and the bass came out of this brush pile and smoked it. We're going the wrong way. This thing is 5 inches long, 6 inches long. That was cool though. I wish our, ooh, something hit it. I wish our property was just a little bit farther off the highway. It's really not that bad, especially if you're inside, you can't hear anything, but the constant noise of the cars is quite annoying. Snagged. That one doesn't feel like it's coming off. I want to do live scope. I want to put live scope on this thing and check it all, check everything out in here. I think that would be awesome. I'd learn a lot, but I already rigged up everything on my bass boat. I don't want to uninstall everything and then have to put it back. There's a big branch that fell in right here. I'm stuck on it. I don't want to break this off either because it's the only crappie jig I got. There we go. Just had to reel down to it. I'm gonna go throw a crappie jig on this. Go throw it on this brush pile over here. See if we can't catch a crappie, and then I'm gonna fish this flat. There's one shallow section of this lake. See if we don't catch something over there. Something keeps grabbing it. I feel like we're back over there. What I'm learning a lot too is the brush piles that I have put in here. I put one here, one big one over there, 2 over there, and then 1 in that hole over there, and about probably like 10, 11 feet. The fish definitely are, I guess they're on them and they're not on them, but what I'm saying is sometimes there's like a true brush pile pattern, and if they're there, they're there. You'll catch, like this one I'm fishing here, I'll throw a worm in there sometimes 3-4 times in a row and pull a bass out each time. And sometimes they're just not there. I kind of figured in a small lake like this that there would almost always be fish on the brush pile. But that's not the case. I guess missed one there. What I should have done was put the live scope on this thing before I put it on my bass boat. That would have been awesome. Then I wouldn't have had to uninstall it and go through all that. What's up, guys? Oh, I'm snagged in it now. him out of there. Oh. Like I said, I think this is a 6-pound test, so I might break it. This might be it for the crappie jig tonight. I'm making a bunch of bubbles come up. Yeah, we might have to break this one. Yep, she broke. I don't think there was any fish on it anyway. Now, especially for this place, we have like no wind, but I'm gonna try to throw this frog. Caught like a 2-pounder on it last time we were live. The wind was blowing then though. I think the sun is technically gone. Well, maybe not. Not quite past the horizon. That was a loud motorcycle. I'll probably still be able to hear it when he's 2 miles away. There's a line of rocks that come up over there too. But like I said, the bite's been off lately. I haven't thrown a spinner. Ooh, something tried to pop it. Something tiny. I haven't thrown a spinner bait here in a long time, like maybe since last year. So I need to tie one on soon and try it out. I can still hear that motorcycle, and it's been at least a minute, probably coming up on 2, and I guarantee you he's doing over 60 miles an hour, so still hear him. See if I can't get this frog under the tree. It's kind of hard with the GoPro. Probably just not enough wind tonight to get a topwater bite. Which is crazy because it was blowing pretty good almost all day today. So that was crazy. I know you guys couldn't see that, but something came up and boiled on it. It was decent size. It's a good sign. You might have a chance. There's a tree right here. I'm just throwing under it. The frog completely disappeared. And I thought whatever it was had it for a second, but My line wasn't moving. It shows there's 3 people in here. If you guys can, if you're on your, I think you have to be logged in to chat, but if you are, let me know. Say something. Like I said, I think you got to be logged in to chat on YouTube. Peace and quiet, no cars. All right, we're gonna go run over here. We're making a run, boys. I want to catch one more fish, and then Ashley's got dinner ready. And it's probably cold now. I really wish that knot wouldn't have got tied up in my drop shot line, because I really wanted to catch one on the drop shot. You just gotta tell yourself at any moment there could be a giant blow up. Something popped it again. What does he have it? Nope, dropped it. That could be bluegill popping it because they're not very big. Not very big blow ups at all. Mosquitoes are starting to come out. I might have to pull out the crankbait again to get another bite. All right, a couple more casts with the frog. We'll throw this crankbait. Oh, something popped it. Those got to be bluegill. That was a little bit bigger. All right, one more cast. I'm learning they're popping it when it's sitting still, not when I'm moving it. But they're not even, whatever's popping it is tiny. They're not even getting it in their mouths, I don't think. Let it sit. What sucks about this cheap frog is it wants to sink because it gets water in it so easily. All right, we'll make a round with the crankbait and then call it a night.